Hello everyone, welcome to Learning Management System, Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. So this is the first session on shear force and bending moment, that is Unit 3 in Strength of Materials, third semester Mechanical Engineering. Begin with the contents. I am going to discuss introduction, beam and its types of loading, shear force and bending moment, and sign conventions. So begin with the introduction. So what is a beam? Okay, as we are studying about the loading and the shear force and bending moment on the beams, first we should know what is a beam. So beam is actually a horizontal structural member subjected to transverse loading. Okay, it is known as beam. So in this chapter we are going to analyze the beam to determine shear force, bending moment and deflections at various sections. Okay, so on the beams it carries the loads. So we have to determine the shear force, bending moment and the deflection at particular sections. Okay, so the beams are of many types. So depending on the material used, okay, this beam is a wooden beam. So in olden days, to construct house, buildings or bridges, they are going to use wood material. Okay, so it is a little bit low strength. Okay, so it carries a low weight and it is not so durable because wood can degrade easily. So this is a wooden material used to construct beams and structures. And further we have a metal beam, that may be a steel beam or any metal. Okay, so these are used extensively for industries, for constructing towers, okay, etc. So we can use the steel beams. And also we have RCC beams, okay, steel reinforced concrete beams. Okay, so all buildings, houses nowadays we are constructing using a composite material, that is steel and the concrete. Both are mixed to form a reinforced cement concrete beams. Okay. Now, so these beams are used in constructing steel bridges. It is one of an example. Okay, with the help of steel beams, we can construct bridges across the river, across the seas. Okay, so this is the image shows a steel bridge made up of steel beam. Okay, and the famous bridge in Kolkata, that is Howrah Bridge, it is also constructed with the help of the steel material. Okay, including the steel beams, columns. Okay, so we have a steel bridge which is built across the river Ganga. So what is the importance of studying this shear force and bending moments? So on the beams we have loads, that is force and moments. So we have to identify the critical area. Critical area means where there is a maximum load and maximum bending moment. Okay, so on that area we have to study the shear force and bending moment and also the stress induced in the beam. Okay, stress induced in the material. Okay, so if the stress is more than the allowable stress, if the stress induced in the beam at particular critical areas or particular section, if it is more than the allowable stress of that material, then we have to redesign. We have to redesign the beam, or we have to decrease the load. Okay, or we have to distribute the load to the other points. Then you have to check for the safe structure. This is the final step. After redesigning, again we have to check for the safety of the beam. Okay. So now we will discuss types of beams. So based on the support given to the beam, we can classify the beams into cantilever beam, simply supported beam, fixed beam, overhanging beam and continuous beam. So we will discuss one by one. So first, cantilever beam. What is a cantilever beam? If the beam is fixed or built in at one end while its other end is free, then the beam is known as cantilever beam. So this figure shows the beam which is fixed at one end and the other end is free. There is no support at the other end. So these type of beams are called as cantilever beams. There is an example of car parking where we are using number of beams, okay, which are fixed at one end and the other end, this end is free. So the car can move in easily, okay, and it can be taken from the parking area without any disturbance. So only the one end is fixed and the other end is free. So in these type of applications we can use the cantilever beams. The next one is a simply supported beam. Okay, so what is a simply supported beam? If the ends of the beam are made to freely rest on the supports, then the beam is called as freely or simply supported beam. So the beam, both the ends of the beam are freely resting. Okay, they are freely resting on the two supports. Okay, so the example, like metro or rail bridges, there are two supports and this is the beam which is freely resting, just it is placed on the supports. Okay, so these kind of beams are called as simply supported beam. Now the third one is a rigidly fixed or built-in beams. So what is the rigidly fixed beam? If the beam is rigidly fixed at both of its ends, it is called as built-in or encasted beam or the fixed beam. So both the ends are rigidly fixed into the supports. So there is an example here. This beam is fixed at both the ends. Okay, so this kind of beam is called as the fixed. Now the fourth one is overhanging beam. So if the length of the beam extends beyond the supports, such a beam is called overhanging beam. Here we have two supports and the beam is extending forward beyond the support. Okay, so this is the overhanging portion. So this end is again freely suspended. So there is an example like this end is fixed and this is given a support and this portion of the beam has no support. So this is called as the overhanging portion or a overhanging beam. Moving on to the next beam, that is continuous beam. So any beam which is provided with more than two supports is known as a continuous beam. If it is given supports at more than 2 points. Okay, this figure shows the beam with 3 supports. So this is an example of the beam or a bridge which is supported at multiple points, that is more than the 2 supports. Now we will discuss types of loading. Okay, so there are different types of loads which are acting on the beam. So starting with the first, that is the concentrated or the point load. Okay, so concentrated or point load, that is a concentrated load is one which is considered to act at a point. Okay, although in practice it must really be distributed over a small area. Okay, you cannot consider it only at a point. Okay, Okay, actually it is acting on very small area, that is negligible area, hence it is called as a point load. Okay, the figure shows a beam with a point load at its center of the beam. It can be denoted by W. And the second type of load is a uniformly distributed load. In short, we will call it as UDL. So a distributed load which is spread on some length of the beam or on an area of the beam. Okay, a distributed load is expressed by its intensity, that is Newton per meter. If the distributed load is constant, then that type of load is called uniformly distributed load. So if the load is uniform or constantly distributed over its length of the beam, then it is called uniformly distributed load, or it is called UDL. So this figure shows a beam with uniformly distributed load which is represented as a small arcs. Okay, and it is a W Newton per meter. The third type is a uniformly varying load. In short, we will call UVL. Okay, a uniformly varying load is one which is spread over a beam in such a manner that rate of loading varies according to some law from point to point along the beam. Okay, so here the load varies uniformly, okay, according to some law. That is, as the figure shows, a beam at this point there is a minimum load and it starts varying gradually, increasing gradually from this point, and it is maximum at this point. Okay, so uniformly varying from this end to this end of the beam. So it is represented by W Newton per meter. Now moving on to the shear force. Okay, it is one of the very important parameter to study the beams. Okay, shear force. What is the shear force? Shear force is that is trying to shear off. This is the load which is trying to shear off the section of the beam, and it can be obtained as the algebraic sum of all the forces including the reactions acting normal to the axis of the beam, either to the left or to the right of the section. So shear force can be defined as the algebraic sum of all the forces including the reactions acting normal. Normal means it is perpendicular to the axis of the beam, which can be considered only one side, either on the left or onto the right side of the section. Okay, so the shear force is having a sign convention. Okay, sign convention, how to consider and what sign we have to consider for the particular load. Okay, we have a sign convention. So a positive shear force is 1. Okay, on the right side of the section, if it is downward, then it is positive, or on the left side of the section, if it is the load is upward, then we will take it as positive. Okay, so that is a positive shear force. And what is a negative shear force? If you consider a section and the load is on the right side of the section, and if it is upward, okay, the right side of the section upward load is a negative shear force, and the left side of the section, if it is a downward force, then it becomes a negative shear force. We have to consider it as a negative sign. Now, what is a bending moment? So bending moment at a section in a beam is the moment that is trying to bend. Okay, so due to load, the beam is trying to bend. Okay, so that load is called as the bending moment. So how we can calculate the bending moment? It is the algebraic sum of moments about the section of all the forces, including the reaction, acting on the beam either to the left or to the right of the section. Okay, so bending moment can be obtained by the algebraic sum of the moments about the section of all the forces, including the reaction, acting on the beam to either onto the left or to the right of the section. So similarly, we have a sign convention for bending moment. Okay, so this is the type of bending of the beam which produces a downward convexity, or on the top we will see a concavity. Okay, so the compression of the top fibers and the tension of the bottom fibers, this is called sagging bending. Okay, sagging moment. So sagging bending is a positive, it is taken as positive bending moment. And the other case is a hogging bending moment. In a hogging bending moment, the tension in the top fibers, that is the convexity, is seen on the upward and the concavity on the bottom side. Okay, so the compression in the bottom fibers, the compression of the bottom fibers and tension in the top fibers. So this type of bending is called as a hogging bending, and we are considering this type as a negative sign, negative bending moment. So outcome of this session, after the completion of this session, you are going to have a knowledge of different types of beams and loads acting on the beams. Okay, we have studied different types of beams and also the loads, different types of loads which are acting on the beams, and we have studied the concept of shear force and bending moment. Okay, and the knowledge of sign conventions to calculate shear force and bending moment. Now we will discuss few questions on this session. Multiple choice questions. That is question number 1. A cantilever is a beam whose option A, both ends are supported either on rollers or hinges. Option B, one end is fixed and other end is free. Option C, both ends are fixed, and option D is whose both or one of the end has overhang. So you have to choose the correct option among the given 4 options. We will discuss the answer later. Moving on to the second question. A beam is a structural member which is subjected to option A, axial tension or compression. Option B, transverse loads and couples. Option C, twisting moment. Option D, no load but its axis should be horizontal and cross section rectangular or circular. So you have to identify the correct answer among the given options. Okay. Moving on to the third question. A beam which is provided with more than 2 supports. Okay, you have to name the beam which is provided with the more than 2 supports. Options are cantilever beam, option B is continuous beam, option C overhanging beam, and option D is none of the above. Okay, you have to choose the correct one. Now the fourth question, name the type of beam shown in figure. So see the figure and you have to identify which type of beam it is. Okay, options we have a cantilever beam and a continuous beam, and option C simply supported beam, and option D none of the above. Okay. Now the fifth question, name the type of load acting on the beam shown in figure. You have to identify the load, type of load which is acting on this beam as shown in the figure. So the options are option A, point load, option B, uniformly distributed load, option C, uniformly varying load, and option D, none of the above. Okay, you have to choose the correct answer from the given options. Now moving on to the sixth question, shear force is unbalanced dash to the left or right of the section. So you have to fill in these blanks with the correct answer. Okay, the options we have horizontal force, vertical force, inclined force and conditional force. Okay. The seventh question is hogging is dash. That means hogging is considered as whether option A negative bending moment or positive shear force, a positive bending moment or a negative shear force. Okay, you have to choose the correct answer which is filled in the blank. Now the question number 8, sagging is, again the options we have negative bending moment, positive shear force, positive bending moment, negative shear force. So you have to identify the correct answer and fill this blank. Question number 9, shear force at any point of a beam is, okay, you have to state the shear force definition, that is whether it is a maximum vertical force on left of the point or maximum vertical force on right of the point, or the option C net vertical force on one side of the point, and option D is none of the above. So you have to choose the correct one which states the shear force definition. Question number 10, the algebraic sum of the moments about the section of all the forces acting on the beam either to the left or to the right of the section is known as. So this is the definition of it is a definition of a parameter. Okay, you have to choose that parameter, whether it is a shear force or reaction force, or it is a bending moment or a moment of inertia. Choose the correct answer, which is the given question is the definition of the word or the answer from the options. These are the answers for the multiple choice questions. Question number 1, option B is the right answer. Question number 2, option B. Question number 3 is also option B. Question number 4, option C is the right answer. Question number 5, option B. Question number 6, option B. Question number 7, option A. Question number 8, option C. Question number 9, option C. Question number 10 is option C. Now we will discuss the question one by one. So a cantilever is a beam whose, the correct answer is, one end is fixed and other end is free. The option B is the right answer. For the question number 2, a beam is structural member which is subjected to. The correct answer is the transverse load and couples. So the correct answer is option B. For the question number 3, a beam which is provided with more than 2 supports. So as we know, if the beam is supported with more than 2 supports, then that type of beam is called continuous beam. So option B is the right answer. Now name the type of beam shown in figure. So by seeing the figure we can clearly say this beam is a simply supported beam, because the beam is simply placed on 2 supports, freely placed on the 2 supports, hence this is a simply supported beam. Now the question number 5, name the type of load acting on the beam shown in figure. So this type of representation is for the uniformly distributed load. So option B is the right answer. Question number 6, shear force is unbalanced dash to the left or right of the section. So as we know, shear force is considered for vertical force. So the answer to this question is vertical force, that is option B. Question number 7, hogging is, so hogging is taken as a negative bending moment. So question number 7, option A is the right answer. Okay, so again sagging is a positive bending moment. So option C will be the right answer for this question number 8. Okay. Question number 9, a shear force at any point of a beam is, options we have maximum vertical force, minimum vertical force. Actually the correct answer is net vertical force on one side of the point. Okay, the option C is the right answer. For the question number 10, the statement is for the bending moment? The answer, the algebraic sum of the moments about the section of all the forces acting on the beam either to the left or right of the section is known as bending moment. Okay, as we are considering the sum of moments, the answer would be the bending moment. The correct answer is option C. Again we will recheck the answer. Okay, thank you.